They have 2 R27R, which aren't horrible to defeat, but not as bad as the ER variant. Other 2 enemies set up over here are also MiG-29s. However, they have an easier R60s, which don't give off the missile alarm, but they're very close range and they almost never kill you. They can. And then F16 here, as usual, has 2 AIM-9Xs on each, so 4 AIM-9Xs and 2 AIM-20s. Let's take it. This is an easier startup than 15, it's pretty fast, so to main power, crank, engine, there's 2 options, I do start 2. There's the case. Close the canopy lock thing. It's 220 or symbology brightness and brightness. Cage that. Alright, shift home to put engine to idle and gas. Turn up the brightness. Okay. And here and immediately do stored heading for mast alignment. Turn on all the screens and GPS, leave that alone for now. The alignment goes really fast, it counts down. I saw a video once saying you have to do something that's lat long. Sure. Haven't bothered. Right. Oh no, forgot to do something here, sorry. Radar altimeter. Radar up. These other 2 toggles are when you have beta ground missiles or bombs or whatever. You can leave all of this alone except put that to daytime. This is the brightness thingy. Okay, so on this side, IFF friendly foe detection to normal. Turn off the lights on the wings so that I'm incognito. The electronic countermeasures to operate. So 1 is depressed already. Radio on, although this is super important. So we set this is the head-mounted display, HCMS, so that turns it on. Flares and chaff on, set it to bypass, and you gotta have that button binded jammer, radar warning jammer, missile warning. Turn on the audio thing, missile warnings. Stir arm. It's really doors config. Cat 1 is for air to air. Cat 3 is if you have air to air and air to ground. Right. That says ready, so we do the nav. Turn on data link. To go. That count down to 0. I'm not sure what happens. Brightness up. Basically done, except for the only annoying part, which is aligning head-mounted display, which is necessary. So, this is the fuel gauge. I want to watch the external tank so that I can drop it to arm the seat. Altimeter to 291. Alright, go to list. 0 for MISC. R. Head-mounted display. R. Okay, this is this really silly part. Dauber to the right sequence, so that we do coarse grained and then the other 2 types of thingies. So we have to do M select for some stupid reason. Look up, hold F9, or tap F9 to lock track eye. There you go. Unlike the F18, you don't hold uncage, you hold the TMS, the throttle depress button down here, and you hit M select. We're not gonna do this, so we do select again. Sorry, M select is save the setting. Select again to come here for some reason. M select again to accept the roll. Return. Done. Okay, that's the startup. Just to anti-skip. Yeah.
Request takeoff.
Tab nose wheel steering once.
Enfield 1, you are clear for takeoff when ready. Climb 300 at QSE 29.91.
You don't have to hold the nose wheel steering like the F18. Tap it again once you're straightened out. You don't need to do full thrust, but this is a very short run. So. Pitch up. Throttle back. Landing gear to go. Let's back this up if you want to know where steer point is. Where are the steer points? Oh, it's behind me. Excuse me. You control steer points with this, and you can go to steer point, and toggle down and hit lat long for stuff by using this and hit enter. Turn, so steer point 1, steer point 2, steer point 1. Alright, rule of thumb. Be approximately 8,000-ish or 7,000-ish feet above where they are. It seems to be the easiest position to fight from. So they are about 8,000 feet. The first steer point, so I'm going to be about 15, 16. Backing off engine so it's not doing afterburner or overheat. That's going to go up if you do overheat or afterburner, so that's what I keep an eye on. That is how much fuel, and then that's the fuel for the extra tank. So when that little thing goes down, drop the extra tank. We're heading towards that dot, which is the first waypoint. The enemies are there. It's over here. If I back out, let's see. It's the route, and that's the first waypoint. Okay. Display management switch back to make that soy, by the way, but I don't need to show you why. This is now TWS mode, 40. Scanning A6 and 8. It's this little wheel to find the antenna elevation to get it to -122 close to me. Farther up it'll still be good enough. Let's just say 15. So we're gonna Alright, now this is the most important thing about dogfight mode toggles. So there's 2 three-way switches, they call it. But it's just two-way. On my thruster, my throttle. First one is to go to dogfight mode, which is the short-range 49X, and I want to configure it. So leave that alone. Configure that to be HSD on the right. Toggle dogfight mode back. Toggle missile select mode. That's the AIM 120s, so I want that to also show the HSD. This has to be TWS. It doesn't have to be, but I like it. It's going to scan from here to here, which is good, so the antenna's down enough that won't shoot above the enemy, and here they come. Toggling off missile override mode, which is the other switch. I want this to go to SMS and SJ, so I'm ready to drop the fuel tank. And it'll remember this when I'm in the middle of the fight. So, clicking back. And now in missile override mode for the 20s. Select this guy who's way out ahead. There he is. Sensor select up, up, up. And now he's engaged and full throttle. Make it sensor select up. I can't remember what it's called. So you don't do throttle salute, press down like you do in the F-18 to select a guy on the radar. Full throttle now. Soon there's going to be an indicator. This right hand symbol means he's within shoot range in this long part, but then when he's in the box part, it's in no escape range. Good altitude. Circle's widening, A13 counting down, A12. So I'm not going to wait for the no escape. At A10 I'm definitely shooting. And put him at a 45-degree angle, wait for it to say from 8th, whatever, to TT something, which means that it's in pitbull mode, AT13, so now it's in pitbull. Toggle off the missile override. Can we dump our thing? Yes, we can. So, rep and release, dogfight mode, sensor select up. Now it's gonna be able to lock him in our head-mounted display. Sometimes I do sensor select up twice for some reason to see that oval. Turn back, find the enemy, stay at altitude. Can we find him before he overshoots us? Where is he? Is that him? It's him. Okay, I did that real quick. So if you overshoot him, his missile can't get you. What I didn't explain is what you gotta do, sensor select up to get the oval back. You have to hit the uncage button once you get a lock to use the AIM-9X properly. Is that him? The AIM-120 did kill his friend. Where did he go? Sometimes I would hit the ground if I thought he launched a missile and start doing countermeasures. So, oh, missile, chaff flare, go low. Oh, he got me. So the idea there was to do, when you have the oval, which is sensor select up in the actual dogfight mode, you once you lock him, hit the uncage to get the higher pitch tone to launch your AIM-9X, which is the weapon release button. The normal gun button you would use on the F-18 to launch everything is not what you use on the F-16. That's only for guns. So is weapon release. And what I did wrong there is I could have gone hit the deck and turned more aggressively. I lost track of him. Normally, I get him on the run over if I do that high pass I just did, which worked. I launched an AIM-9 to get him defensive so he couldn't hold the lock on me, so his missile wasn't going to track me, but got behind me too quick. Or I could evasively because I'm giving this tutorial. Yeah, in that scenario, I should have gone lower right away, hid behind some terrain, try to pop out and find him.